Devotional Bible Study. Verse, Psalm 37 verses 23 to 24 states, "The Lord makes firm the steps of the one who delights in him. Though he may stumble, he will not fall, for the Lord upholds him with his hand." Key points. We can trust in the Lord to guide our steps and be with us through the ups and downs of life. Recognize that the Lord orders our steps. This means that we can trust that the path we are on is the one that God has chosen for us. We can have confidence that He is in control and leading us in the right direction. The Bible tells us in Proverbs 16 verse 9, "The heart of man plans his way, but the Lord establishes his steps." It is important to remember that while we may have our own plans and desires, ultimately it is the Lord who directs our steps and guides us in the way we should go. Delight in the Lord's way. As we follow God's plan for our lives, we should find joy and satisfaction in it. This doesn't mean that everything will always be easy, but it does mean that we can trust that it is ultimately for our good and His glory. The psalmist says in Psalm 37 verse 4, "Delight yourself in the Lord, and He will give you the desires of your heart." When we delight in the Lord, we find that our hearts align with Him and we can find true joy and fulfillment in following His ways. Trust that the Lord will uphold us. Even when we fall or make mistakes, we can have confidence that God will not abandon us. He is always there to pick us up, forgive us, and help us to continue on in His way. Isaiah 41 verse 10 tells us, "Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you, I will help you, I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." When we trust in the Lord, we can have the assurance that He will always be there to help us and uphold us when we fall. Application. A practical way to apply these verses is to spend time in prayer, asking God to show you His plan for your life and to give you the strength and courage to follow it. Take time each day to seek the Lord's guidance and direction in your life. Make it a habit to pray and ask God to order your steps and give you wisdom in the decisions that you make. Another way is to be mindful of the small steps that you take, always asking for guidance and direction, and trusting that the Lord is leading you. In James 1 verse 5, it says, "If any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask God, who gives generously to all without reproach, and it will be given him." So, always be on the lookout for opportunities to grow in your relationship with God and to learn from Him. When you find yourself in difficult circumstances, remind yourself that the Lord is upholding you, and that you can trust in Him to see you through. In times of difficulty, it can be easy to lose sight of the Lord's presence and provision, but we can take comfort that He is always with us and that He will never leave us or forsake us. Hebrews 13 verse 5 reminds us, "Keep your life free from love of money, and be content with what you have, for He has said, 'I will never leave you nor forsake you.'" In conclusion, Psalm 37 verses 23 to 24 reminds us that we can trust in the Lord to guide our steps, delight in His way, and know that He will uphold us when we fall. By keeping these verses in mind, we can have peace and confidence amid of life's challenges, knowing that God is always with us and working for our good.